Hi everyone, hope you've had a lovely Christmas, happy holidays, and a happy new year. My name is Victoria Ludwig, and I'm originally from Seattle, Washington in the United States, and I've been living in the UK for about 5 years now, working towards my goal of becoming a barrister at the Bar of England and Wales. And in this video, I will share a little bit about my journey and where I am now. A quote that's really stuck with me and shaped how I approach challenges is Nelson Mandela's, "It always seems impossible until it's done." For me, this has been a constant reminder during the toughest parts of this journey, like moving to a new country on my own, adjusting to a completely different legal system, or pushing through the intense pupillage applications. There were definitely moments when it all felt like too much, but this quote kept me focused on the fact that with steady determination and hard work, those impossible things can become reality. I decided to apply to be a volunteer coordinator for IFBM because I remember so clearly how overwhelming everything felt when I first started out. As an international applicant, you're often figuring out so much alone: the applications, the networking, the cultural differences, and I really wanted to help others by sharing the lessons that I've learned, provide proper guidance targeted towards us as internationals, and help build a supportive community. It's something that would have made my own days a lot easier if I had been aware of and been more involved with. Being a coordinator has genuinely been so wonderful and so rewarding. I've developed stronger leadership and organizational skills through organizing events and supporting members. I got better at mentoring others one-to-one and communicating clearly in group settings. And I built a wider network across the legal profession. But honestly, the best part has been giving back to a community that was there for me when I needed support most. It feels really full circle and incredibly rewarding now to be in a position to help others navigate the same path that I was on. A little bit about myself and my legal journey. It began in September of 2021 when I moved here to the UK to study my LLB at St. Mary's University in Twickenham. I took a variety of modules, such as family law, medical law and ethics, intellectual property, international trade, and EU law, and I really enjoyed the ones that overlapped with international and human rights themes. These really helped me clarify the areas I wanted to specialize in long term. After graduating, I went straight to do my LLM at King's College London, specializing in international business law. The modules were really fascinating, but also stretched me quite a bit, such as international refugee law, the law and practice of the United Nations, business and human rights, modern slavery law, and cyberspace law. After graduating, I am now completing my bar course at City University of London. This is the vocational stage that prepares you directly for pupillage and practice. It is intense, with advocacy exercises, opinion writing, conferencing skills, and the practical elements you need to hit the ground running as a barrister. It's been the perfect bridge for me, kind of consolidating everything from my previous studies and giving me confidence in courtroom-style work. Overall, this academic path has built the core skills I need for the bar: thorough research, critical analysis of complex issues, and the ability to advocate persuasively, both in writing and orally. The deeper I've gone into these subjects, the more I've seen how interconnected law is, especially internationally. One thing that sets my journey apart, I think, is having both American and British legal education and experience. Starting in the the US system kind of gave me a comparative difference, and adapting to the English common law approach here has broadened my perspective quite a bit. I truly believe that this global outlook will be a real advantage in practice, particularly as legal issues increasingly span borders. So if you do have any experience in your home jurisdiction, please don't see that as a disadvantage. Regarding work experience, I've been lucky to build, I think, a good variety of practical experience over the years, and it's all contributed greatly to preparing me for pupillage. One role I'm especially proud of is my time as a caseworker at the Refugee Family Reunion Legal Clinic at King's College. I worked on complex family reunification cases for refugees, carried out detailed research, drafted legal documents, and even was able to deal with some of the DNA forensic evidence when needed. It was often emotionally challenging, but really rewarding. It sharpened my advocacy skills, taught me the importance of meticulous detail, and showed me how to communicate effectively and empathetically with vulnerable clients. Making a genuine difference in people's lives during such difficult times is something that I will always value and carry with me. I also served as the International Business Law Pathway Assistant at King's. I acted as a link between students and faculty to ensure that feedback was not only heard, but also implemented. That really built my professional leadership skills and gave me experience of advocacy in a quite different context. Internationally, I've completed a few internships in Barcelona with a company called Vision Factory. I assisted with visa procedures and document drafting. Another in Rome at Demetra International Legal Services, where I researched criminal law across EU and non-EU jurisdictions. And both were really great and valuable for me for seeing law in action outside of the UK. I've also done several mini pupilages as well at 12 Old Square, focusing on construction and immigration, Guildford Chambers in commercial and family law, and 187 Chambers in fraud and financial crime. Each one offered insights into different practice areas and really helped me refine what I wanted to later pursue. I'm also so excited to share that the preparation has paid off, and I've been offered and have happily accepted pupillage at Spire Barristers, a set in Leeds specializing in family and public law. And I will start there in September of next year in 2026. It's still sinking in, but it absolutely feels like the perfect fit for my interests in family law matters and public law issues. And I'm so excited to start developing as a practitioner there. To address some challenges as an international applicant, because I know there can be quite a few. Like most international applicants, I faced some hurdles along the way. The two biggest for me were firstly navigating the intricate and highly competitive pupillage application process. It's full of these nuances and deadlines that can feel really overwhelming if you're not familiar with the system. And secondly, adapting to the UK's distinct legal culture and courtroom conventions, which quite differ quite a bit for me from the American approach that I grew up with. I think I overcame these challenges by making full use of mentorship through IFBM, attending as many webinars, chambers open days, networking events as possible, and building practical experience through mini pupilages and mooting competitions. On the cultural side, hands-on work in clinics, mock trials, and advocacy training on the bar course has been really invaluable in getting comfortable with this system. Now visa planning does add an added layer. I'm planning to use the graduate visa after my studies, and I sought early advice from my university visa team and also members in chambers who are international or have international backgrounds as well. I wanted to make sure that I stayed compliant with everything and knew about deadlines ahead of time. I think my proudest moments so far are contributing meaningfully to real client cases at the refugee clinic, helping families reunite in tough circumstances, and successfully balancing the demanding LLM and now bar course, in addition to internships, volunteering, leadership, work, and academic results that I'm proud of, all leading to a pupillage offer. To anyone else out there pursuing the bar from overseas, please tap into every support network that you can, especially communities like IFBM for mentorship. Please prioritize practical experience because it builds your skills and your applications. Keep going even on the hard days, and always remember that your international background brings something unique and valuable. The bar needs diverse voices from independent advocacy, specialist experience, and true access to justice. Thank you so much for watching and letting me share a little bit of my journey with you. Being a volunteer coordinator with IFBM has been one of the real highlights of my career so far. It allowed me to support others while continuing to learn and grow myself. I hope hearing about my experiences from the studies and the clinic work to securing pupillage has been encouraging or useful. If you've got questions about any part of the process, from the bar course, applications, or anything else, please do reach out on LinkedIn, search for Victoria Ludwig, my name, and I'd love to connect and help wherever I can. All the very best with all of your aspirations and applications. Please keep at it. You've got this. Thank you. Bye.